What's up, party people? I recently got a comment asking about the gear system in Dekaron G and how to get better gear. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to improve your gear, the gear system overall, what gear you should be going for, and everything gear related that I know about in Dekaron G. Also, if you enjoy my content and don't want to miss any upcoming videos, shorts, or live streams, make sure to hit that subscribe button today. Okay, gear system. So, when it comes to improving your gear, the first thing you need to know is there are different types of gear and weapons. I'll talk about gears and weapons in this video. You have normal gear, which is denoted as white. You have green, which is uncommon. You have blue, which is rare. You have red, which is heroic. And you have purple, which is legendary. So obviously your goal is to be getting the highest tier gear that you can get, right? But where do you start? So the first thing that you're going to want to do is start focusing on uncommon gear. Uncommon gear drops in the game. You can get it from doing your daily pledges, or you can craft it, right? So you can come here, you can craft, you can make whatever armor you need. The supplies drop in the field. If you want to know where supplies that you're trying to farm drop in the field, that is very easy. What you can do is you can just go over here to your map. You can go to the field. I'm sorry, not the field, the little globe button, and then you can look at the various areas and see what the drops are. So, for example, if you're like, oh, you know, I need wood, you know, maybe I'll come and farm in Southern Deneb, etc. So, like I said, you want to focus on getting your uncommon gear first. Now, if you played, Dekaron, other than Dekaron G, you know about the enhancement system. The enhancement system allows you to enhance your weapons up to +9, and in Dekaron G, after +5, those weapons and gear can start to break. It's different depending on what you're trying to enhance, however. So, for example, this tunic here, you can see goes up to level 5 before it starts having a chance to break, whereas if you're trying to enhance an accessory, even when you're going to +1, it can potentially break, right? So that's something to keep in mind as well. But you want to try to get your uncommon gear, and you want to try to get that gear to at least +5. That's a very safe place to start. Now, in terms of trying to get items +7, there is a little bit of a trick for this if you're trying to do it a safe way. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to get your piece of gear to level 4, and then once that piece of gear is level 4, you are going to want to, you're going to want to upgrade it. And instead of using a normal R-gate, I'm going to say R-gate because in Dekaron it's R-gate. I'm just going to keep saying R-gate. I don't care. Instead of using a normal R-gate, you're going to have to use a concentrated R-gate. What this does is it gives you a chance of it going from +1 or going up by 1 to 3 stages, right? So normally if you go from +5 to +6, that weapon has a chance to break, right? But if you go from +4 to +5 and you use a concentrated R-gate, there's no chance for it to break, and it could potentially go to +7. So, quick little tip there. Now, in terms of the gear that you want to use, that's going to be entirely based on your character, right? So, I'm a staff player. So, as a staff player, something that I focused on very heavily with my gear was MP recovery, right? So that has HP recovery, but I tried to get gear that has MP recovery. And the reason that I tried to get gear that has MP recovery is because that MP recovery is going to aid me in being able to keep my mana up while I'm using my skills, right? So the gear that you pick is going to be dependent on your class, right? So when you're doing some crafting, for example, let's go to armor, and we'll look at some we'll look at some tops, right? So you have two options here. You have like a Muse's tunic, and you have an arcane breastplate, right? So if you are a player that uses MP a lot, you know, the MP recovery is going to make a lot more sense. If you're just going for pure defense, obviously you're going to pay attention more to the defense right there. Now, in addition to getting your uncommon gear, again, the uncommon gear can be farmed in the field, it can be gotten from pledges, it can be completed with these pledges scrolls, or it can be, I didn't mean to open that, but that's an example of how you do it, or it can be crafted, right? And that's going to be for your weapons, your armor, and your accessories. So in addition to getting those to +5 or beyond, you are also going to want to temper them, and you do that by using these little Marvlicks. And you are going to want to unlock them as well, which is done using these ancient crystals and Nunvis crystals. Same here with the tempering. It also requires Nunvis crystals. So when a gear piece has everything done, it'll have the stats that are plussed up, it'll have the tempered attributes, and then if you unlock it, it'll also have the amplified weapon power. All these things aid in giving you a better weapon, piece of gear, or accessory, right? And if you want to know what all you are going to potentially wear, you can always click on your little character slot right here. You can see everything that you have equipped and things that you don't have equipped. Once again, that's your weapons and armors, and then your accessories, right? All right there. So I hope that gives you a little bit better of an idea of what you should be looking out for in terms of the gear that you should be getting. All of these are going to contribute to increasing your overall attack power, and just allowing you to, level up and get stronger in the game. Now, we've talked about uncommon gear, so what about rare gear and beyond? Now, anything beyond uncommon is going to require quite a bit more work to get, right? So you're going to see that the requirements for uncommon gear are pretty simple. It's like, oh, look, there's steel, accessory, it's just jewels. But as soon as you start trying to craft your weapons and your armor, beyond uncommon, it's going to get a lot more complicated, right? So what you're going to need to do for your other gear is you're going to need to farm those supplies, and you're also going to need these rare workshop tomes. So the tomes you can get for, in various ways in games. One of the easiest ways to do it is to complete pledges. You can get one free one a day in the shop, Exchange Center, Blessing of the Pledge, Rare Workshop Tome, doing that once a day. And also, if you are playing on the mobile version, you can watch the ads to get 2 of each per week. So those are useful things. Another way you can get them, and how I've been farming a decent amount of them, is if you go to Special Dungeons, Park a Temple, and you check out the drops here, you can see that you can get armor tomes here, you can get accessory tomes here, and you can get weapon tomes here. So that's something to keep in mind. So those are the type of things that you're going to want to do to start moving into your rare gear. Now, beyond that, it gets even harder, right? Again, the drops are found in specific dungeons. The workshop tomes are found in dungeons, completing higher level pledges, and also from boss drops and etc. So that is kind of the direction that you want to be going with your gear. Now, if you have any other specific questions, or if you have any other tips for people who are trying to improve their gear, you guys can leave those in the comments. I'm always interested to hear what other people have to say and what other ideas people have. Just because, I'm still relatively new to the game, and I'm still learning a lot too. But I've managed to come fairly far without, spending any money or anything on the game and figuring things out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Questions, suggestions, as always, you can leave them in the comments. And until next time, take care. Peace.